I am award-winning published photographer and journalist Evan J. Thomas, and I'll be bringing you badass artists from the genres of music, art, sports, radio, as well as TV and movies. On the Badass Podcast, you will hear raw, bold, blunt, and honest conversation-style interviews where no topic is off limits. Check out the show at badassproductions1.com and go to the On-Demand tab and pull up the Badass Podcast where you can watch or listen to your favorite show. Get ready, because I am Evan J. Thomas, and this is fucking badass. What's up, gentlemen? Matt, we got Danny, we got From Ashes to New.
What's good, brother?
Out here in Joliet at the Forge.
We're somewhere in the vicinity of?
Yeah, we're actually like out in the back alley somewhere. But
although it feels a little bit more like hell.
It does.
It's hell with a breeze.
Hot.
Like, I have water dripping down my ass and my back and my chest. I know you didn't want to hear that.
Nope, didn't need it.
A little too much, right? Too much info? So you guys have been on this tour with POD.
Yes.
From All Good Things. About 2 weeks now.
I don't know.
2-3 weeks, something like that.
You don't remember anymore? It's like
about that.
I haven't been keeping track, bro. I know we're out here playing some shows. That's what I know. Something I haven't done in like 2 years.
And now that we finally are doing it, at least for now, we still have to deal with the rest of the pandemic, and who knows where it's going to go from here.
Yeah.
You guys actually put out a new album, the Quarantine Chronicles Part 2.
Sure.
Which I've been checking out. You guys did a freaking cover of, you just did, who was Paramore, and then Avenged Sevenfold. Oh my God, I heard that Nightmare one. That was like amazing.
That's all this guy.
That was all you're doing?
Well, I mean, I don't know necessarily it was his doing, but the amazing part was all this guy.
Yeah.
All I did was play some rhythm guitar. You know what I mean?
You always have a good.
That shit was that was already written for me. He had it already written, but he matched up M Shadows pretty good. I think that him and M Shadows in a vacuum, we would put you in a vacuum together, right? I think that they're pretty comparable. The difference is era.
Yeah, I mean, he's phenomenal frontman, so that is a compliment any day. So appreciate that.
So you guys put out this album in the middle of quarantine. So during quarantine, what were you guys doing to kind of keep yourselves busy? You did a lot of social media, because I follow you guys all the time.
Yeah.
Obviously, you come up with fun little photo shoots and videos and live streams and stuff like that. So what kept your blood going during that?
We started an OnlyFans, but it didn't work out too well.
You too, huh?
Yeah.
I only have one follower.
We were trying, man. It's just nobody wanted to see Danny naked.
Yeah, I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
I don't believe that, but anyway.
I think it's because the drapes and the curtains didn't match.
Ripped up the rug, replaced the hardwood floors.
Yeah. So that was the problem.
People wanted
man. I mean, we recorded an album. We did the Quarantine Chronicles. Anything that we could do to keep ourselves busy, because obviously touring was off the table. And now we're out here touring right now, and that shit's weird too. So it's like, it's a weird time to be a musician, bro. Like, it's just like, we're just trying to roll with the punches and stay doing what we love and make a couple bucks while we're doing it, because after all, this is our career.
This is your career.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it's part of mine too, doing what I do. And being out of music for basically 16 months is what it was.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy, and to try to keep yourself busy besides music, what else did you guys have to do besides OnlyFans?
Right.
Other than
the OnlyFans is a struggle, right? So
I played disc golf a lot. I worked out a monstrous amount of time.
We could see.
I just did like home renovation stuff, man. Like construction, anything that keeps me busy, man.
Not just sit there and binge watch.
I can't. I did some binge watching. Don't get me wrong, bro. I mean, I watch all of Netflix, so that's done. But besides that, man, it's just idle hands at the devil's playground, right? So it's like the more that I would just sit there and do nothing, the more I'd get up in here, and start thinking stupid shit. So I had to stay out of here and be in the art, I love doing construction stuff. I love football, but I'm an Eagles fan, and they're just
Eagles fan too, huh?
They're just in bad shape, bro. They're just in bad shape.
Yeah,
they're in bad
shape.
They just picked up Gardner Minshew today. Did you see that?
They did.
Yeah, but that doesn't tell you anything about the quarterback scenario and how they're feeling. I don't know what does. I'm getting jagged in my back by this.
We can step forward a bit and
just go back into it like Homer.
Going back in. So with the new album, obviously all these songs were written during that time, correct?
No.
Well, we did all the covers during that time as something to do. The songs that are originals were recorded with Panic, but were extras that were not released. Right. So those have been around since late 2019. They just haven't been released.
Yep, and the new album that we're working on, obviously done during that time.
Yeah.
And the lyrics, I mean, you're an amazing lyricist. The different
topics you write about? I notice a lot of depression and kind of, dealing with that and everything going forward. Are you going to be talking a lot about that in the new album?
I think I'm angry.
It is angry.
I think I'm angry in the new record. The new stuff is more fuck you, for lack of better words. It's just, I think we've all got some pent up aggression and rage. You know what I mean? I don't know if you turned on the news, but there's a lot of rage and shit. You know what I mean? The last year and a half is just bad news, bad news, bad news, bad news. You know what I mean? And I think that at least what I do, and I think I can speak for Danny, what we're doing on the new stuff is just embodies what we've gone through for the last year and a half of our lives.
Yeah, pretty much the whole album is fuck you and suck it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's the whole.
For sure.
Can't go wrong with any of those genres.
No, man. No, people can relate, you know what I mean?
And during the quarantine, obviously, everybody had their time where they were, isolated, depressed, stuff like that. For me, getting out of it was music, working out, and just I would go on 3-hour walks.
Right.
What else what did you guys do besides you said home renovation, working out? What other kind of things did you kind of get rolling on?
That's it, man. I mean, what else could you do? You're trapped inside your house, you try and make the best out of it.
I went and disc golfed a lot. That's been a fun little hobby on the side to do.
Did it just come out of nowhere?
My oldest brother did it, and he asked me to come along one time, and I just kept going with it a little bit until I really liked it. It's a hell of a lot of fun, and it's just like walking, except on mixed terrain for 2 miles, maybe 3 miles, but there's an objective. That's what made it fun. So it's this is the easiest way to get in mindless exercise, and it's fun.
So the way I've seen disc golf, I have friends that actually play it too, and it almost seems like you're playing fetch with yourself.
Right. You throw it, you go pick it up, you throw it again. Yeah. You see the basket, you throw it towards it, and then you try to throw it in.
I tried my hand at Lorno, but it didn't.
Lorno?
Yeah, Lorno.
What the hell is Lorno?
Like Cinemax. Light porno.
I just walked into that one.
Exactly.
I tried.
That kind of threw me off.
The Lorno didn't. Yeah,
I thought you were saying you got into Lorna Shore.
No.
Man, that Lorna, that's some good stuff.
Lorno.
So you're on tour with POD. What have you learned so far? Have they talked to you about, just their history being around? What do you guys roll your
I've toured with them before, I think that we're at the point right now as a band that there's not much more that we can learn. You know what I mean? We've been out with the greatest in our genre, if that's what you want to call it, or our side of the industry. I mean, we've toured with some of the greatest. So, From Ashes to New is no longer a baby band. You know what I mean? So I think that we picked up a lot along the way that we could lend to other bands as well, and just stuff about touring. But I mean, really, I think that it's our time. You know what I mean? That's how I really feel right now. It's we're out here, we're in support of a record that's iconic. You know what I mean? But I think that From Ashes to New, it's our time to be that headlining band, and I think that's what people are going to start seeing from us coming up is From Ashes to New's next in line. You know what I mean?
And you guys did a lot early on with covers of Linkin Park, which is some of your favorite.
Sure.
I think you said last time we talked your favorite band.
That Breeze is beautiful.
Yeah, for sure.
So learning from what they did, because you guys kind of have a similar style, are you kind of keeping that aspect of the band going forward, or you kind of see yourself growing a little bit more?
I mean, we watch, we make different songs, and we watch to see how fans react, and we have favorites, bands have favorites. We've kind of figured out the type of sound that gives us the most fulfillment and also works the best with the majority of our fan base. And so we just kind of went right down that route, and it has a lot of that sound in it.
And obviously the people would love to hear that emotion of Linkin Park through you guys as well.
Yeah.
Not just live, but on record also. So I also read today's the 1-year anniversary of Panic.
It is.
Coming out, so congratulations.
Thank you. Weirdest 1-year anniversary ever,
It came out in the middle of a pandemic, and we're still kind of in the middle of a pandemic.
Yeah, I saw someone post today, it was August was 3 minutes. It's crazy. They sped this simulation up, Brad. It's just getting weird.
That's true. And being on tour, you guys have been doing this for a few years now.
Yeah.
What, about 5 together? 4 as a band? with Danny in
Yeah.
2017, 2018.
So yeah,
20
like joined 2017,
Started
mid
20.
2017.
Yeah.
We started touring in 2018.
So one thing that I started doing is I started a new podcast called Sound Stories and Stages, the history of iconic rock venues. So being that you've been to so many, do you have any favorites out?
I like that shit.
Yeah, this is a pretty sweet fucking shirt.
Hey, appreciate
So
it.
do you have some of your favorite venues that you've played? Like, I know I'm wearing one of my favorite ones right now.
I mean, love a machine shop for sure.
What's the damn one in Worcester?
Palladium?
Palladium. Basketball court upstairs.
Really?
Yes.
So is that why you like it? I know you're a big
Absolutely.
basketball fan. You got the
Yep.
Lakers, you had the
For
Jordan
me,
on
it's-
last time I saw
Yeah.
you.
Studio Coast in Tokyo.
Studio Coast.
Insane.
So what makes a great venue? Obviously,
Well, the crew.
Yeah.
okay.
That's pretty important. Amenities are incredibly
Sound.
important. I've never had treatment in my life at any venue ever. There's some that have come close than Tokyo. It was just like, it was celebrity 101. The greatest treatment I've ever received in my life. It was insane.
And was that on your own, or was that from Ashes to before the rest of the band?
It was from Ashes.
Okay.
Yeah. We played there in 2015.
So they just kind of treat you like kings.
It was royalty. It was insane, dude. You know, we all had our own hotel rooms in the richest part of Tokyo, and you know, we had our own trailer at the venue, and I mean, it's just like Danny said, amenities, and it's just, I mean, the way that they treat you, the crew was insane. I mean, down to the point where there was like the wires were all wire tied up, and like it was
So you're not
incredible.
tripping over shit
Oh, it was
as you're
incredible,
walking
man.
around?
I mean, I've never seen anything like it in my entire career, and I've been doing this for a little while now. You know what I mean? So. You know, I mean, there's plenty of other great venues.
I was gonna say,
I can
is
sit
there
and
any-
list them all day long, you know what I mean? But you asked for the best one, I gave you the best one.
So God, that's what I asked
That's
for.
right, brother.
And to go forward, is there any venues that you haven't played that you want to?
The Giant Center in Hershey, Pennsylvania.
Okay.
Yeah,
Is there a reason?
this is my home. You know what I mean? It's the biggest venue at my home that I've not played yet in this medium-length career. You know, I haven't played it, I want to play it.
Yeah, it's Main Street Armory in Rochester, New York for me, which is my home area. And the Armory was a place I always wanted to play. I went and saw Breaking Benjamin there for my first show ever. And I was like, I gotta play the stage one day. It's awesome.
What was your first show ever?
First show ever?
Yeah, that you
like
saw
that I
in
saw?
person as a fan.
As a fan, okay. We're really narrowing it down here. Oh, man, as a fan. Shit, this is hard, man. This is a hard question.
Really?
I've seen so many concerts. First one.
Almost everybody remembers it. At least that's
I've
what I
just seen so many.
That's true.
Well, as a fan, I was little. DC Talk. I saw Creation Festival in '94.
Okay.
I was just a wee little lad at that point. So that's the first one I remember, and I was a little kid who loved DC Talk, which is a Christian rap group. But I would think that the first metal, like rock concert that I went to that was like meaningful was Breaking Benjamin.
Okay.
Yeah, when they were doing the So Cold album tour.
That was 2000.
I don't remember. No, I think it was after that. Because I didn't start
They haven't been
getting
around that
into.
long.
It was probably like more like 04. Yeah, 05, something like that maybe. But they were touring small clubs, like, you know, like basically the same size clubs that we're touring. You know, no one really knew who they were, and So Cold blew up, and that was it. I mean, what was it, Saturate? That record was incredible. That's where I became a fan.
So it's always funny when I say my first three shows was Billy Joel, MC Hammer, and Bobby Brown.
It's not a bad list.
Pretty epic list.
It's not a bad list at all, man.
And then you throw in my fourth one was En Vogue and Arrested Development.
Again, here we are.
Some good early 90s
I
hip
love
hop.
it, man. I can get into all that shit for sure.
And then it was like Stone Temple Pilots, Pearl Jam, Van Halen. So yeah.
You've been down the list, man. That's what's up.
Around, man. So coming forward, what do you guys have coming up? Obviously, you're talking about working on a new record.
Yeah.
Obviously, you can't really say when because it's all
We don't even know.
media shit. And,
It's not even the point that we can't say it. We can't say it
You
because we
don't
have no
even know.
idea. Yeah.
So
Yeah,
what do you
it's
have
that
tracked
early.
so far? How many songs you got going on with this one?
Everything's tracked.
Everything's tracked.
It's got to get edited, mixed,
Yeah.
approved, promoted,
Yeah.
pick singles, all that's basically all of the back end
Yeah.
work still has to be done.
Yep.
And it's not started yet, so it's gonna be a while.
And it's always funny talking to bands because fans think that it's like, hey, we want to hear the next single, you want to hear that. They don't understand the channels that you guys have to deal
It's a
with.
lot.
to go through that.
It's a lot.
It's crazy.
Especially for a signed artist. Nowadays, like, some of your independent artists are actually your bigger artists, and
They just put out
because they can do what they
song.
want. Yeah,
Put it out.
you know, for a signed label band, it's politics. You know what I mean? So we do what we can, brother.
Exactly.
Hell yeah.
So I'm going to be looking forward to this show. I'll be photographing you guys here. Make sure you guys check out From Ashes to New all over the social. You know where to find them. They're everywhere. They got the album out. You can check it out there. Check me out all over Facebook also. Gentlemen, you guys fucking rock. That was so bad. So again, can we
I am award-winning published photographer and journalist Evan J. Thomas, and I'll be bringing you badass artists from the genres of music, art, sports, radio, as well as TV and movies. On the Badass Podcast, you will hear raw, bold, blunt, and honest conversation-style interviews where no topic is off limits. Check out the show at badassproductions1.com and go to the On Demand tab and pull up the Badass Podcast where you can watch or listen to your favorite show. Get ready, because I am Evan J. Thomas, and this is fucking badass.